Hello. My name is Philip, and I've been listening to you for about 1 month, some of the YouTube online, and I guess I manifested this day because 4 days ago I said, I would love to see you in person. And then I look online, and here you are in San Francisco. I flew up from Orange County. Yeah.
And here we are in Esther's person.
And I wanted to be first today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because he's never been here before, he didn't know how astronomical the odds were. So he didn't shoot himself in his...
Yes. So I know what happy is. I mean, I've been in moments of happy. When I'm in happy, I don't want to do anything. I don't feel motivated. My ambition just leaves me, and I don't want to make the 10 calls to get this business going, or I don't want to,
We can see how it seems like that, but consider this. We're going to explain just a little bit about this to you, because when we talk about the law of attraction, we're talking about momentum also. If you're thinking about what you want, let's say success today in the calls that you make, if you're thinking about what you want, and then you're thinking about what you don't want, which is the grind of that, or how it hasn't been going well, you don't get any momentum going, because you're going that way and then that way. So there's no momentum. Momentum happens when you think a thought, wanted or unwanted, and you don't contradict it with the other thought. For example, you could think about how hard it's going, and you could get a lot of momentum going that would paralyze you. It would make you feel like doing nothing. Or you could think about what you want, which would get momentum going toward what you do want. Esther calls it for herself sort of priming the pump. But what she has noticed about her own experience is that she used to prime the pump before she knew about the law of attraction, or about her placement in the universe, or the cooperative components that are all working with her toward what she wants. Before she knew about those things, she was wanting to motivate herself more. And she found, as most people do, that motivation comes from sort of acknowledging that if I don't do this, then this won't happen, or this bad thing will happen. And she didn't realize that she was actually building negative momentum against what she really wanted. So when you accept that law of attraction is responding to your vibrational output, which means what you're thinking about, and that as you are thinking with a little bit more clarity or focus toward what you do want, you'll begin to gather some momentum. A thought that you think for as little as 16, almost 17, 16, closer to 16 than 17 now, seconds, will bring another thought like it. And if you can hold that thought for another 16 seconds without contradicting it, another thought will join it. And once you get just beyond a minute, what happens is there's enough momentum now that your thoughts begin to flow more freely. The energy begins to flow more freely. And it's really when what we want to call law of attraction and true momentum kick in. Well, as short of time as that really is, most people never really get there, because you're so good at consideration, the pluses, the minus, the pros and the cons, what I like about it and what I don't like about it, that you don't really understand how to let momentum go. Now, we would like to point out to you that imagine a cork floating and on the surface of the water, and you take hold of the cork and you hold it under the water. So surface of the water is, in this analogy, positive thought, pure positive energy, no resistance. And holding it under the water is attention to something unwanted, which adds resistance and lowers the vibration of it. Well, with the cork, all you have to do is let go of it, and it will bob right back to the surface. And we want you, maybe for the first time ever, to think about that cork naturally bobbing as momentum. There's a natural momentum toward what you want, because as you live in this physical body, you were source energy before you came into this body, and then part of you got focused here, but the source energy part of you still remains in source energy. So here you are in your body doing just what you knew you would do. You're weighing, evaluating, considering the variety that you are living in, and knowing what you don't want, so knowing what you do want. So you're launching these rockets of desire, which have momentum. And the reason they have momentum is because your source, who remains non-physically focused, focuses only on what you're asking for, not on the reason you ask. So your inner being focuses on this, and momentum begins to happen. Law of attraction begins to gather the cooperative components vibrationally. Now that's never satisfying to our physical friends, because things gathering in this mysterious place, we've named it the vortex, wrote 2 books about it because we want you to accept this vibrational reality. It is reality, and things are gathering. And so there's a momentum there that if you can allow yourself, by letting go of the thoughts that hold you from it, from holding the cork under the water, your desire coupled with your inner being will call you as one of the cooperative components to your own intentions, to your own desires. And that feels like momentum to you. That feels like something that you want to do. And even though a lot of people might say what you said, that you feel that you're happier when you're not doing anything, that just isn't the way that it is. In fact, we would go so far as to say you're only really happy when you are moving toward the intentions that life has caused you to carve out. So don't miss motivation, which is poking yourself with a rod to get yourself to move away from where you are, as compared to inspiration, which is your inner being calling you to who you really are and what you really want, and most important, to who you have already vibrationally become. That's the part that as physical beings you have to get over in the conversation that we have. You have to be willing to accept that there is a vibrational beginning to your creations that you can't see. Just like the seed that you put in the ground. The farmer puts the corn in the ground and he can't see the stalk of corn and the ears of corn for a while, but he believes in the process. He knows that he has planted the seed, and if he tends to it, there will be corn. And you've got lots of corn in your vortex. You've got so many seeds about so many things that you care about, and most of them are ready for you to be ready for them. Where do you think all of your expansion comes from? Look at the evolution of your species. Do you see any pipelines from other planets bringing stuff in? It's coming out of your own creative juices. When you think it, the resources are all here for the creation of it. You can be or do or have anything, but you've got to stop contradicting your own desire with your awareness of what is. And what is manifested, ooh, we want to shout. What is manifested is the greatest reason for your contradiction of what's in the process of becoming, because you say, I want it, but I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it. I can't see it. I don't know it. I haven't realized it yet. Is it really coming? I can't see it. That'll slow your momentum way, 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 way down. But when you say, well, it does make sense to me. I have seen the correlation between my thoughts and what happens. I'm willing to accept that there is a law like gravity that I can't see, but I sure can see the effect of. Bring us a little bottle of gravity, please. It's in there. How do you know? Can't see it. Well, it's in there. Drop a marble in and watch what happens to it. Oh, went right to the bottom. Yep, gravity must be in there. So law of attraction is affecting everything that everyone is about. And so as you begin noticing that, and then you care about the way you feel, what you'll begin to notice is that you'll not only feel energized by it, but you'll begin to develop a passion about the way you're treated by the universe, about the way wonderful things shape up around you.
That's what I'm looking for. I want to be able to feel the intensity of my desire.
Well, but intensity doesn't
in me, like own it.
But
it's just a thought in my brain right now.
Think about the word momentum. Think about that thought in your brain, and then ask yourself, but is the thought in my brain a focused thought, or is it a contradicted thought? Because if it's a contradicted thought, I want it, but 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 it's not going to gain any momentum. If you go that way and then 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 that way, pretty much right here. But if you go that way and then 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 that way, now you've got a different momentum going. Now your point of attraction is showing you different things. And it doesn't take very much attention to that before you begin to acknowledge